Traumatic stress disorder, also known as PTSD, doesn't just affect the individual that have experienced it. It affects and impacts the way they relate to other people. It affects their relationships. It impacts their ability to connect with their loved ones. If you or someone you know has experienced post-traumatic stress disorder or still experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder, the first step to healing is identifying it. In my previous video, I've talked about post-traumatic stress disorders. I've done about 4 or 5 videos on post-traumatic stress disorder. In today's video, we are going to be talking about how post-traumatic stress disorder can affect relationship and how it can impact, family dynamics. Right, stay tuned with me as I carry you through this journey. Empower Echoes, you know what we do. We go above and beyond to ensure that we bring creative content such as this to your screen. Alright? If you've not subscribed to my channel, please do so. Turn on the notification bell so you get notified every time I drop new videos. You are not sharing my videos enough. You are not sharing my videos enough. Please follow on all my platforms, share the videos to your loved ones and your friends. You never can tell who might need this video. Alright, stay tuned while we explore how post-traumatic stress disorders affect relationships and family dynamics. Alright, you see, someone might be saying, why does it matter? Why does post-traumatic stress disorder matters? Why do we have to talk about it? I've defined post-traumatic stress disorders as an horrific or terrifying event that a person has experienced or witnessed that replaces itself over and over in their mind. All right. So it's very important that we talk about it, and today we're just being specific and talking about how it affects relationship and even family dynamics. All right. So just imagine someone that has been through abused or someone that has been assaulted. Just imagine the person in another relationship, someone that has suffered domestic violence in their previous relationship. Just imagine that person in a new relationship. They are always going to be ready. They just naturally expect the other person, the new person, to behave like the other persons they've been with in relationship. In the previous relationship, they've had someone that usually hits them, and to a large percentage of people that have experienced violence in their previous relationship, they become numb to it. They expect it naturally that whenever they make mistakes, the response should be hitting them. So this is why it's very important that we talk about post-traumatic stress disorders and how it affects relationship. First of all, you shouldn't even go into any relationship when you're not fully healed from previous the bad experiences you've had in previous relationships. You see, like I said previously, post-traumatic stress disorder is an invincible wound that most people carry about. It's not all post-traumatic stress disorders, it's not all of those traumas that have physical scars or physical form that you can see. Some are internalized, some are internal. That's why it's important that we talk about it. You are not ready for a new relationship unless you are fully healed. You're not carrying any scars from your old relationship, old abuse, to a new relationship. If you do that, even if the partner is not abusive, you will be the person abusing the next person. Until you are fully healed, you are not ready for a new relationship. You must be healed of those pain, those horrific experiences in your past relationship before entering into another relationship. If you don't heal, the same thing is going to repeat itself, and this time around, you might be the abuser. A child or a man that experienced, violence from their parents, a child that their parent constantly hits them, and they grew up with scars all over their bodies, even without scar on their body, they grew up with wounds in their heart from the experience they had with their parents. That person, until they are fully healed, embrace a new style of parenting, you are definitely not ready to be a parent. You need to be healed of old wounds before you can. If not, you see, you are going to be, if you're not healed from abuse that you've suffered from either your parents or in a relationship, and you decide to start having family, you start having children, you are going to be, the same thing is going to repeat itself. You need to get rid of that. And to get rid of that, to heal, you need therapy. You need to first identify that there's a problem, that you are traumatized. Once you've identified it, you need to seek therapy. You need to seek help. A child that has suffered violence from his or her parents, maybe the father, the child is going to see all men as monsters until that child is healed. That you can't grow up to start raising a family if you're not healed from your childhood trauma. If you do, you're going to repeat what you've experienced because there is no other thing you know. Alright? Now, a woman or a man that has experienced violence or abuse in their previous relationship, and they are not healed, they are not fully recovered, and they go over into another relationship, they are most likely to be the abuser, to be the one abusing the next person they are going to be in a relationship with. So, what is the way forward? The way forward is get rid of those traumas. How do you get rid? How do you heal yourself? First, you need to identify that it's a problem. And after identification, the next step would be to seek help, either professional help. And when you have sought help, look for a support system. Look for a support system. Some time ago, my sister came to my house and she saw a book on my table. Actually, this is the book. I'm not going to show you because I'm not going to do free advert. This is the book. I'll just say the title, Gentle Parenting. And my sister laughed. She said, "Why did you buy this kind of book?" I said, I need a different style of parenting. I am not saying my parent treated me bad, but I just needed a different style of parenting from what I was used to. Alright? So you need to be healed. If you're not healed, you are going to be the abuser in your next relationship. Or you're going to be the abusive parent when you start having children. So it's very important that you heal from your trauma before you even get into any relationship. You need to heal. Alright? So seek help, go for therapy, go for counseling. If you need help, you can reach out to me on my email. The email is, I will leave it in my description. You can see my email, reach out to me, and we can take it from there. And in this video, in the description, I'm going to try to add some links that you can reach out to for help if you need counseling. But I will say one thing before I end this video. For everyone who has been abused or who has gone through post-traumatic stress disorder or who are still going through it, my heart goes out to you. Stay calm, help is on the way. You're not alone. You are not alone. You need to identify there's a problem. Do not use avoidance mechanism. That's where most people get it wrong. You have some childhood trauma that are still affecting you, despite the fact that you are now mature, you're grown up. Don't avoid them. Speak out and look for help. Speak out and look for help. Alright? Stay calm. Look for help. Find yourself in a support group. You can never underestimate the power of a support group. Join a support group. If you need to speak to family members or a loved one, speak out to them. Speak out to them. Alright? Stay calm. If you know this video has impacted you one way or the other, share this video out. I'm not getting the numbers that I expected I will be getting right now. Share it out. We need more subscribers. We need more people to hear this. We need this message to reach lots of people, and we're not reaching as much as we should. Right? So share this video, share it out. You never can tell who might need this. And if you think you need to speak to someone, please reach out to me through my email. You can reach out to me through my email. I'll leave it in the description, and I will take it from there. Alright? Stay tuned, stay blessed. Enjoy the beautiful weather. For those that are living in abroad, enjoy the beautiful weather and be happy. I love you, and bye.